Can you speak up, please?
All right, Patrick Bell and Elaine all set for 8 o'clock.
Patrick Bell?
Patrick, Scott Hatcher. They show
Oh,
Bell.
Hatcher.
And
No. These no. Okay, on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Shawnee Funches, file number is 24-00545, council appearance.
Assistant Prosecutor Pete Petrosky on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of the Funches.
Okay, Ms. Funches, today was the date and the time that was scheduled for a final pretrial. The necessary witnesses have failed to appear, so the people are moving to dismiss without prejudice, okay? Yeah. Get your copy of this dismissal. They do have the right to reissue the charge against you, okay? Do you have any questions for the court? Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing for the people.
Nothing for the defense.
You're all set. Thank you. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Scott Elijah Juan Hatcher, file number 19-03376. Council appearance, please.
Assistant Prosecutor Pete Petrosky on behalf of the people.
Jacob Rowley on behalf of Mr. Hatcher.
Okay, today was the date and time that was scheduled for a pretrial, I'm sorry, a final pretrial. And then there was a bond violation hearing scheduled for today. Since the necessary witnesses have failed to appear. Okay, so the bond violation was allegations of contact with the alleged witness who has failed to appear. The people are moving to dismiss without prejudice. We'll get you a copy of the dismissal in just a moment. They do have the right to reissue the charge against you within the statutory time frame. Okay? Do you have any questions for the court? Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing for the people.
Oh, you're on.
You're all set. On the record, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Marquez Robinson, file number 24-00575, council appearance.
Assistant Prosecutor Pete Petrosky on behalf of the people. I believe Mr. Robinson's broker.
Okay, you representing yourself, sir? Okay, today was the date that we set this matter for a final pretrial. The necessary witnesses failed to appear. So the people are moving to dismiss this case against you without prejudice. That means that they do have the right to reissue the charge against you within the statutory time frame if they engage with the necessary witness and the necessary witness wants to proceed. Do you understand that? Do you have any questions for the court?
No.
We'll get you a copy of this dismissal. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing for the people. Nothing for the people.
On the record, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Dante Maurice Farrell, file number 24-00605, council appearance.
Assistant Prosecutor Pete Petrosky on behalf of the people.
Jacob Rowley on behalf of Mr. Rowley.
Okay, let's see, this was for an unlicensed dog. People are moving to dismiss.
Oh, that's correct, Your Honor. Mr. Burrell provided proof of getting his dog license.
Okay, is Mr. Burrell present?
It's not till 2:30.
Oh, okay, it's on a citation, so
Oh.
we can't now leave.
My apologies.
This is granted.
Thank you.
No problem. Is Alejo here?
He's not your honor. Been informed that he is hospitalized for a short. Entrance to hospital.
For how long?
I know he's been there for a few days. I don't know if he has an out date yet. I've not been able to make contact with him since he's been hospitalized.
Maybe seconds. May 21st. May 21st at 8. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Michelle Bell, file number 24-00599. Council appearance.
Your Honor, just briefly, on the Alejo file, the complaining victim in that matter was present today. May she be excused from the final pretrial?
Yeah, we actually probably need to treat that as just a regular pretrial. I don't know what's going on with Mr.
Understood.
Alejo. We don't even know if we'll be able to get him here on that next date.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Is your complaining witness here?
Yes, she's right in the courtroom.
But she does not need to appear at the next court, date.
Okay, thank you.
Council appearance on Bell.
Assistant Prosecutor Paige Wachowski on behalf of the people.
Jacob Relly on behalf of Michelle Bell.
Okay, Bell, today's the date and the time that was scheduled for a contempt hearing for bond violation as well as a final pretrial. Do you have necessary witnesses here?
Oh, we do not, Your Honor.
How do you want to proceed?
The defense would move to dismiss at this time.
Motion to dismiss is granted. Get your copy of the dismissal. The dismissal is without prejudice. So that means that the people do have the right to reissue the charge against you, okay? Do you have any questions?
No.
We'll get your copy in just a moment.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Who's representing John Seymour? Are you representing Seymour?
Yes.
Okay, on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus John Joseph Seymour, file number 09-03286, council appearance.
Assistant Prosecutor Paige Wachowski on behalf of the people.
Jacob Relly on behalf of Mr. Seymour.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Seymour, today's the date set for sentencing.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, what was that?
Today is the date that we're proceeding on a sentencing on this matter. You had a retail fraud. Looks like you've been in warrant status for about a decade or more, well, 15 years, actually. What's he in custody for?
Your Honor, he was sentenced on a probation violation of the 55th District Court just a couple of weeks ago. If he was sentenced to 14 days on that, should be near the end of this.
I'm just trying to figure out. What do you like? That's all this case is. He pled guilty to the original charge. He was set for sentencing 10/5/2009.
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
None of us even had a bar license then. None of us. You guys probably did. 2009. Let's see. I was in law school. A judge not available on 10/5. They reset it to 10/13 at 9:30. Looks like 10/13, he failed to appear by 11:05, and now we see him here 15 years later. Big allocution.
Right, to be frank, I'm not aware of any details of what actually happened in this case.
I didn't think you would be.
I don't think Mr. Seymour is either at this point, but I can tell you he has been in custody since April 21st. As far as sentencing, I would request a time served at this point.
I don't know anything about the case either, because back in '09, they didn't put an affidavit of probable cause in a file, so I have nothing but a complaint that tells me he pled guilty to retail fraud 3rd degree. Let's see. At whatever the address of 726 East Michigan Ave was at the time. Nonetheless, we'll credit him time served. I'm assuming there couldn't possibly be restitution at
Not
this
that I'm
point.
fine.
Agreed. You're all set, sir. Mr. Seymour, you're free to go.
I'm sorry, what's that, Your Honor?
You're free to go. We're crediting you time served. We couldn't possibly do anything else because we don't even know what happened with this file 15 years ago, when the prosecutor was in elementary school.
Okay,
So you're all set. Thank you.
okay, I'm good to go.
On this file, I can't speak to your other files, but you're all set on this one because there's nothing I can do at this point but give you credit for time served.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a good one. Have a good one.
You too.
Okay. Who's representing Heather Rose?
John Lee, Your Honor.
Okay, on the record in the matters of the people of the state of Michigan versus Heather Marie Rose. File numbers 24-00, 929, 930, 931, 932, 933, 934, 935, 938, 939. Council appearances.
Assistant Prosecutor Paige Petrosky on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Heather Rose.
Heather Rose is about 50% of my morning docket today. All dog related.
The parties have been able to come to an agreement, and it's my understanding that Ms. Rose will be pleading guilty to count 3 or case number 24-00931, which is a count of dog at large and pay restitution.
You gotta slow down because I gotta find the file.
Oh, my apologies.
931, count 2. Is the offer.
Yes. And pay restitution, and then we would dismiss the remaining counts.
Okay,
May I approach the police chief?
yes, thank you. And that's how your client wants to proceed, Mr. Lee?
That is accurate, Your Honor.
Is that what you want to do, ma'am? You have to unmute.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Okay, count 2 in file number 24-00-931 is a dog at large. It's a misdemeanor. You have the right to proceed to a trial in this matter, and you have the right to jury trial. You have the right to the presumption of innocence. So you're innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to require the prosecution prove your guilt by proving each element of the charge being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to see, hear, or question any other witnesses that they call to testify against you at your trial. You can waive your right to silence at trial and testify on your own behalf, or you can subpoena witnesses or present evidence at trial that you believe show defense to the charges being brought against you. All of those rights are rights that you would need to give up in order to accept this plea offer. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that what you want to do today?
Yes, ma'am.
Is anybody threatening you to get you to give up all of those rights so that you
No,
can
ma'am.
accept this plea and have all of these other files dismissed?
No, ma'am.
As to dog at large and file number 24-00931, how do you please?
Guilty.
Factual basis.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Rose, on or about March 26, 2024, were you at your home in
Yes.
Lansing, Michigan? That's 647 Jessup Avenue, correct?
Yes.
That's in the city of Lansing, County of Hingham?
Yes.
Okay. And at that time, did your dog get loose from your house and have to be retrieved by animal control?
Not by animal control, no.
They were brought back by your neighbors?
No, I witnessed my dog and I tried to get to the lady before my dog did, but it didn't happen. So I ended up having to scoop my dog up after it attacked her dog, and I threw it over my neighbor's fence until the lady and her dog was in a safe area. Bring my dog back to my residence.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Any questions from the prosecution?
No, Your Honor.
Court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. I find it to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. How much is the restitution?
I tried to reach out to the victim and get a number from them on Friday, and I wasn't able to reach them, so I'm trying again this afternoon to see if we can get the number for the restitution amount.
Who settled for restitution, hearing, and sentence? May 14th at 8:30.
I'm
Do
sorry,
you
you
have any
said
questions?
yes, ma'am. You said 8:30 again?
That's correct, and on May 14th.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate your time.
No problem, you're all set for today.
Thank you.
I need to highlight him. I think he's in.
Is it? No. We don't have nobody representing. This is different. Okay, is Lydia Mars here? On the record, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Lydia Mars, file number 24-00996, counsel appearance.
Prosecutor Paige Petrosky on behalf of the people.
Jacob Rowley, on behalf of Ms. Marks.
Okay, Ms. Mars, today's the date set for a pretrial on assault and battery. How are we proceeding on this, counsel?
All right, this time we would ask that this matter be set for a final pretrial and trial date.
No offer.
There was, Your Honor, the offer would be for Ms. Mars to plead guilty to domestic violence under 7694A. And that'd be an amended first count.
Honestly, charge June 25th at 8 a.m. Charge July 9th at 8 a.m.
Final pretrial will be June 25th, 8 o'clock in the morning, in person at the court, okay? And then jury trial, July 9th, 8 o'clock in the morning, in person at the court. Do you have any questions today? I can't hear you. Okay. Both the attorney and the defendant have very light voices, huh?
So, Your Honor,
Okay. Yeah, any additional matters for the record?
Nothing from the people.
let me turn the defense, Your Honor.
You're all set. We'll get you your notice to appear. Roberto Salinas, on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Roberto Abel Salinas, file number 24-00780. Counsel appearance.
Assistant Prosecutor Paige Petrosky on behalf of the people.
Jacob Rowley, on behalf of Mr. Salinas.
Mr. Salinas, we have a pretrial set for today, and then it looks like You were previously arraigned on a bond violation on April 15th, but I have a new one. Okay. You were arraigned again in this matter, the underlying matter, back on April 15th. Looks like. No, March 18th, 2024. You were originally arraigned, and then you were arraigned on the PA 53, the first one, bond violation, April 15th. I have a complaint of violation of conditional release, also called a PA 53, indicating that on or about April 23rd at 12 o'clock, the defendant allegedly made or violated his conditions of release by making indirect contact or direct contact with the Sarah Schroffwater. Let's see. Police report attached indicates that the Lansing Police Department were contacted by the alleged victim in this matter, indicating that her ex-boyfriend had been calling her from blocked phone numbers and through Facebook Messenger for 2 days straight. But she blocked his number and he still attempted to call her. So, as you were advised in your previous arraignment on bond violation, you have the right to have a contested hearing. You have the right to be represented by your attorney at that contested hearing. Violations of a bond are considered contempt of courts. So each violation is punishable with a maximum of 93 days in jail each and up to $7,500 each. You understand that? You tell me, you think a phone call is that important? That's worth $7,500 and 93 days in jail? You've been advised of your rights. Did you want to plead guilty and request a hearing?
Believe you said not.
Not guilty? We'll set it for a hearing. On both bond violations. Actually, one of them was set for a hearing today with the witness subpoena.
She was subpoenaed, but she's not present.
Was there an offer on this?
The offer on this file is for Mr. Simmons to plead guilty to domestic violence with 7694A.
How does your client want to proceed?
And with regard to the underlying case, you prefer to set this for final pre-trial and trial.
June 25th.
June 25th for the final pretrial, 8 a.m. in person at the court.
July 9th at 8 a.m.
July 9th at 8 a.m. in person at the court for your jury trial, okay? Do you have any questions today? Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing for the people.
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
You're all set for today. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Amber Valencia, file number 23-02241, counsel appearance.
Assistant Prosecutor Paige Petrowski on behalf of the people.
Please the court, David B. Carter Jr. on behalf of Ms. Valencia. Your Honor, I'm going to still need a short breakout with Ms. Valencia.
Oh, okay, I'll put you back in the room.
Thank you.
You're in the room, well, I gotta move you, let me do this. Room two, I'll move you to room two. Let's see. We're gonna put Thibodeau on with me, or is she in custody? Who's downstairs? Oh, we can bring Thibodeau up. Mr. Carter, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. On the record, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Amber Valencia, and Mr. Carter is had his additional moment with his client. How are we proceeding on this?
Okay, Your Honor, the prosecution has agreed to extend my client an offer of trespassing, amended charge. I don't know if we amend count 1 or add count 2. And they're agreeing to dismiss the breaking and entering. My client will accept that.
Ms. Valencia, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Raise your right hand.
Yes.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Ma'am.
You can put your hand down. Okay, Ms. Valencia, your rights as it relates to this charge are the right to remain silent. Anything that you say and anything you put in writing can be used against you. You have the right to the presumption of innocence. You're innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to proceed to a jury trial. You have the right to require the prosecutor to prove your guilt by proving each element of the charge being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt at your trial. You have the right to cross-examine or question or confront any of the witnesses called to testify against you at your trial. And you have the right to waive your silence and testify on your own behalf, or you could subpoena witnesses to testify for you at your trial. You also have the right to present evidence that you believe show a defense to the charge being brought against you. Are you willing to give up each of those rights in order to plead guilty to trespass?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is anybody threatening you to get you to do that?
No, Your Honor.
Has there been any promises made to you to get you to waive your rights and plead guilty? Did you hear me?
Yeah, no, Your Honor.
Has there been any promises made to you to get you to want to waive your rights and plead guilty to trespass?
No.
Are you currently on probation or on parole?
No.
You understand that a guilty plea may result in a conviction that you may need to report to your employer.
No.
You don't understand that?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, are you sure? If not, I can make sure you're properly advised as to that.
Just one more time. Could you repeat yourself one more time? Sorry, ma'am.
I said, if you plead guilty to the trespass, you may need to report a conviction for trespass to your job. You understand that? You understand that, ma'am?
Yes, I do.
As to the amended count 1 of trespass, how do you plead? I couldn't hear you.
Your Honor.
How do you plead?
Guilty.
Factual basis, please.
I was on the property of Kalamazoo Apartments. I'm not supposed to be there.
Okay. Is that at 1421 East Kalamazoo?
Yes, Your Honor.
You know what date that was that you was on the property?
I'm not sure what the date was.
You don't have a dispute that it was on July 20th of 2023?
No, that's probably when it was.
Okay, and these apartments, they're in the city of Lansing, Ingham County?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any additional factual basis?
No, Your Honor, thank you. No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, the court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea and find it to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. How long has she been in custody on this?
He's been in custody for over 30 days, and it's a 30-day misdemeanor. I believe her actual amount of time has been 31 or 32 days.
Okay, y'all creditor time served. All set. Thank you.
Thank
All right,
Your
thank
Honor.
you.
Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, are we ready with? Are we ready?
Yes, John. Well, you want me to Jake,
There's another attorney on there.
Got 3 attorneys.
Oh, great. That's efficient use of
I agree.
public defense resources. Okay, on the record, in the matters of the people of the state of Michigan versus Kaylee Ann Thibodeau, 23-02379, 23-03257, and 23-01343. Council appearance.
Assistant Prosecutor Paige Petrowski on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Derek Etheridge, on behalf of Mrs. Thibodeau, Your Honor, I represent her in the felony case number 231343 FP.
Morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender John Lee, appearing on behalf of Ms. Thibodeau. I represent Ms. Thibodeau on the misdemeanor case 23-02379.
And Assistant Public Defender Jacob Rowley, on behalf of Ms. Thibodeau, I represent her on the misdemeanor case 23-03257.
Okay, so today was the date that we reset this matter. She was found illegally and clinically approved for drug court, but they needed additional information before she could be potentially transferred to the court for drug court. How are we proceeding at this time?
So there's been progress, but we're not where we want to be yet. So we were able to get her competency report that deemed her competent from Clinton County, and provided that both to Nicole Matusko as well as Marie Taylor, the administrator for the drug court. Ms. Matusko informed or reviewed the report and informed Ms. Taylor that it's our office's position that she is legally and clinically eligible for this court, and we would like her to be placed in that court. As of right now, we are just waiting for a confirmation and an order of transfer from Ms. Taylor.
How much time do you think that might take?
I know we tried to, or several of us emailed her yesterday. So my hope is within the week she should get back to us. I don't really know her schedule that well to say that for sure.
I'll reset it.
May 21st at 10 a.m.
May 21st at 10 a.m. Do you have any questions today, ma'am? Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing from the people.
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
You're all set? Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. Mariana is not. We know where he is. Not really. No.
Yeah, you have stuff yet covers.
Let me think what date. I think that's a typo. They meant 2014. Okay, on the record, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Edric Sylvester Pruitt, file number is 23-00590. FY, counsel appearance.
Assistant Prosecutor Paige Petrowski on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee, on behalf of Edward Pruitt.
Okay, and Mr. Pruitt is not present in the court today. It also will be noted that Mr. Pruitt has not even yet been able to be arraigned on this matter due to his mental state. I ordered him to undergo a evaluation as to competency. I did receive an update on May 1st, 2024, from the Department of Health and Human Services Center for Forensic Psychiatry. Did you get a copy of that, Council?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. The body and conclusion of the court essentially opines that he's been admitted. It says February 27, 2014, but I believe it was 2024. And that he, as of today, is still in treatment and is still incompetent to proceed. Indicates that he has an unwillingness or inability to engage in reciprocal conversations regarding his legal situation. When he does respond, he will make statements that do not show his understanding of his charges and the reason for being admitted to the Center for Forensic Psychiatry. It says these barriers continue to interfere with his ability to fully appreciate the nature and object of the proceedings against him and to assist him rationally in his defense. It is the opinion of the author of this report that it is likely that Mr. Pruitt can be restored to competence within the time period allotted by statute. Any reason to make any objections to the body or conclusion of the report?
No, Your Honor.
No objection.
Court will adopt the report, incorporate it into the finding of the court record, and we will issue an order for him to continue to undergo treatment with hopes of his restoration of his competency. We'll set this for further review, internal review, that is. Any additional matters for today's record?
For the people.
I think it's fine.
Thank you. All right, leave zone. You already did one, right? And I'm gonna go check. I don't think they're doing it tonight.
Morning, Paige. Did you get the updates on this file? Sorry, good morning.
Yes, good morning. So unmuted now. Yes, so the, Mr. Seaton's gonna be pleading to, one count of operating impaired, with a Killebrew agreement to no upfront jail.
Yep.
Okay.
I just want to make sure the notes were there for you.
Yep, thank you, appreciate it.
Yep, thank you. And then I'll email you on that case for Mr. Weck. That too got resolved, I believe. So.
Yes,
except
yep,
PE this week. All right, thank you so much for taking the time to let me know.
sounds good.
Have a good day.
You too.
Mr. Zany, are you ready with your clients?
I am, Your Honor.
Okay, on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus James Seaton, file number 23-03178. Council appearance for the record.
Okay.
Assistant Prosecutor Paige Petrosky on behalf of the people.
Put on your calendar for today, but she's-
Good morning, Your Honor. Edward Zany on behalf of Mr. Seaton, who's present to my right.
Okay, Mr. Seaton, today was the date and the time that was scheduled for a plea for a originally charged operating while intoxicated second offense. Looks like there was an offer that was extended to plead guilty to impaired, no upfront jail at the Killebrew agreement. Is that still the offer?
Yes, it is, Your Honor, and I have a plea sheet filled out for that offer as well.
Okay, Mr. Zany, your client wants to accept that offer?
Yes, Your Honor, it was impaired, no upfront jail, correct?
Operating impaired, no, yep, no upfront jail.
Yes, ma'am. He's prepared to accept that.
Thank you. Mr. Seaton, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Okay. Yeah, the following rights are that you would need to give up in order to accept this plea offer. So you have the right to the presumption of innocence. You're innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to require the prosecutor prove your guilt to the original charge by proving each element of the charge being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to remain silent at your trial and not have that silence be used to prove or imply that you're guilty. You can waive your silence and testify on your own behalf at your trial. You have the right to subpoena witnesses to testify for you and present evidence that you believe show a defense to the charges being brought against you. Do you have any questions about those rights?
No, Your Honor.
Are you willing to give up all of those rights so that you can enter a guilty plea to the amended charge of operating impaired?
Yes, Your Honor.
Does anybody make any promises to you to get you to waive your rights and plead to the impaired?
No, Your Honor.
Any threats being made to you to enter a plea to the impaired driving?
No, Your Honor.
Are you currently on probation or on parole?
No, Your Honor.
You understand, sir, that if you plead guilty to operating impaired, that could result in a conviction that you may need to report to your current employer, or you may have to put this on a future job application.
Yes, Your Honor.
You also could have impact on travel or immigration status, so you may not be able to travel to certain areas with this conviction. You recognize that?
Yes, Your Honor.
As to the amended charge of operating while impaired, you plead guilty, not guilty, or stand mute.
Guilty, Your Honor.
Are you pleading guilty because you believe you're guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Factual basis, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Seaton, on or about April 16th of 2023, were you in the city of Lansing, County of Ingham, at or near Fairview Street and Saginaw Street?
Yes, sir.
On that date, at that location, were you operating a motor vehicle?
Yes.
You were operating that motor vehicle on a public roadway, correct?
Yes.
Prior to operating that motor vehicle on a public roadway, you consumed alcohol, correct?
Yes.
And what was that alcohol in which you consumed?
A couple mixed drinks of vodka and cranberry.
Alcoholic drinks, vodka and cranberry, correct?
Yes.
All right, and you would agree with me the consumption of that alcohol impaired your ability to operate the motor vehicle safely?
Yes.
All right, and as a result of police interaction, you had a blood draw, correct?
Yes.
And you would agree with me it was above the legal limit of 0.08?
Yes.
Specifically, there's a 0.2?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe that covers the factual basis.
Mr. Trosky, any questions?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, the court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. I find it to be freely, voluntarily, and intelligently made. This matter is scheduled for sentencing July 2nd at 9 a.m. Does that date and time work for you, Mr. Zany?
Via Zoom, Your Honor?
Correct.
Yes, I'll make it work. Thank you.
Okay, prior to sentencing, your client does need to report to our probation department so they can prepare him for a pretrial statement, a pre-sentencing statement. That is, he needs to actually report in person within 48 hours. So no later than Thursday at 10:30 to get set up for that.
Yes, Your Honor, and I'll let the court know we do have a evaluation from Dr. Smith, highway safety certificate and MAD impact panel certificate on this case.
Okay, that information should be provided, and I'll note that here on referral for a pre-sentence investigation. Again, Mr. Seaton, you'll report to probation in person within 48 hours so they can get you scheduled for that interview, okay?
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Do you have any questions for the court at this time?
No, Your Honor.
Matters for the record, counsel.
Your Honor, have a blessed day. Thank you. Nothing else.
Same to you. Thank you. Mr. Jernigan, have an attorney.
No, I do not. I'm representing myself.
Okay. Did you meet with Mr. Jernigan already?
I didn't, Your Honor. I wasn't certain if he had counsel or was Christine preferred, so I wasn't.
Okay, looks like he did request court-appointed counsel. Let me call the case. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Amir Jernigan, file number is 24-01105. Can I have your appearance for the record?
Assistant Prosecutor Paige Petrosky on behalf of the people.
Okay, Mr. Jernigan is present via Zoom. Mr. Jernigan is present without counsel today. It looks like you did request court-appointed counsel. He was denied.
I can confirm that, Judge.
He was denied due to a lack of indigency. I'm sorry?
Yes.
Okay, so you were denied due to lack of indigency. It does appear, however, you are charged in count 1 with the domestic violence, count 2 of assault and battery. So you do have the right to be represented by an attorney. Each of these matters being misdemeanors with jail time as the maximum penalty of 93 days in jail apiece, $500 in fines on each count. Did you want to have more time to try to hire an attorney, or are you seeking to represent yourself in this?
I mean, I would like more time to try to represent counsel. That's why I'm trying to see. Yeah.
Okay, so I can reset this. That'll give you time to, if you would like to pursue an appeal of the denial of public defender's office, you can do that. In addition to that, we will also give you a sufficient time that you can look for hiring private counsel, okay?
Okay. Well, I just also had a question. I was just trying to see, like, as far as the domestic violence charge, like, I was just asking, like, can that be dropped? Because,
That's not how the system works. What if that would be really cool though, if people can just come in and say, could I just be dropped? Then in most cases would be dropped, wouldn't they?
yes,
There's a
ma'am.
process that we have, there's a process of evidence that needs to be reviewed. And the prosecutor's office is the one that originally requested this evidence. And so in order to determine whether or not there is sufficient evidence, you would have to navigate that process. And so that's what the attorney would be assisting you with. And so the court can't just drop it just because you're requesting it. And then the prosecutor's office has already requested this charge, so they believe that there's sufficient probable cause to pursue and proceed with the case. So you have a couple of options. You can go and get an attorney. We'll give you time to do that so they can help you navigate that process. Typically with assaultive crimes, the way we handle it in the courtroom is we will set this matter for a final pretrial. The final pretrial requires the complaining witness to appear in person. You also would appear in person, and that way we can determine if we actually have a victim that's willing to participate in this prosecution. If there is no victim, then the case can be dismissed. If there's a victim, then we proceed to trial. But I don't want to have it set for a final pretrial and make you come in person and the victim come in person if your request is to first try to see if you can get an attorney. So how do you want to proceed, sir?
For now, I would like to try to proceed with attorney. So yeah, I would like the furthest court date if I can return counsel.
Okay, so I'll give you a short adjournment. Again, you can appeal the denial of the public defender's office by contacting their office and having them re-review your financial records. I do
Okay.
recognize that you reported some employment, but you also, I believe, reported maybe having some children. I don't know what other expenses that you maybe forgot to report. But you can also, I mean, seek to hire private counsel. You would need to contact those attorneys to see if you can get an attorney to represent you if you do not get a public defender, okay?
Okay.
Thank you first at 10 a.m.
May 21st at 10 a.m. is your next court date, okay?
You said May 21st, 10 a.m.
Yes. Do you have
Okay.
any questions at this time?
No, ma'am. And this would it be Zoom again? The same thing?
That's correct. You'll appear via Zoom for that.
All right.
Okay, any additional matters for the record today, counsel?
Nothing for the people.
Okay, Mr. Jernigan, we'll see you on May 21st. Thank you. You're free to go.
Okay.
Who do you have, Mr. Raleigh?
Jay Vincent.
On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jay Vincent, file number 24-00662, council appearance.
Assistant Prosecutor Paige Petrowski on behalf of the people.
Jacob Riley on behalf of Mr. Vincent.
Okay, Mr. Vincent, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm pretty good. I have 2 counts of dog stray, it looks like. How are we proceeding?
Mr. Vincent provided me with proof of securing both of the dogs, so people will be dismissing the ticket.
Dismiss is granted. You're all set.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Who do you have, Mr. Lee?
Nakila,
On the record in the matter or matters of the people of the state of Michigan versus Nakia Guyton, file numbers 23-01327, 1328, 1329, 1330, 1331, 1332, 1334, 1333, I think I skipped. Council appearance.
Assistant Prosecutor Paige Petrowski on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Nakila Guyton.
Right, that Ingham County Animal Control, they lighten it up now here, huh? The second one I had on my docket today. Okay, let's see. Lots of dog at large type cases, dog bite, dog license vaccination. We at this matter. The offer was for her to plead guilty to 1 file of dog at large and pay restitution. We're seeking the restitution amount. Is that why we set this?
Absolutely. So, Your Honor, I was unable to make contact with the victim in this matter, and unable to get a restitution amount. As far as I know, there is no restitution. Also, I've been discussing this case with Mr. Lee, and given that Ms. Guyton has provided proof of securing the dogs and proof of licensing the dogs, which I believe also requires them to be vaccinated, the people will be dismissing this ticket for compliance. I guess all of them.
Make sure all these are on. I think they are. Because Ingham County Animal Control had to make complaints. It probably would want to give this video one time. Let's see. Motion to dismiss on all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 files is granted. You're all set. You're welcome. Mr. Lee, your client's calling. Okay, let's see. I have a Jenna Pipes here. Is that Mr. Lee as well?
Yes, it is.
Well, it was on Zoom.
Ready on pipes?
Not yet. I didn't know the jail too. I haven't heard back.
I had a Polycom scheduled with them yesterday, but I was late getting to it. There was nobody in the room, and so I just assumed they gave up on me and took it back from maybe something else is going on.
On the record, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jenna Pipes, I have file number 24-00802 SM, council appearance.
Prosecutor Peach Petrosky on behalf of.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Jenna Pipes.
That's not good. That's about it. Okay, today's the date and the time that's scheduled for a pretrial on an unlicensed dog. How are we proceeding on this?
Ms. Pipes provided Mr. Lee and I with proof of licensing her dog, so we will be dismissing for compliance.
Okay, motion to dismiss is granted. You're all set, ma'am. You're all set, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And then we didn't put Olson on, and not Olson, Marion, and then Weck.
Well, I guess Mr. Lady didn't do it. So. It was just fine. Is what the email said.
Oh, okay. Was this one scheduled for what?
It's scheduled for Thursday.